I love watching Keldon Johnson. Big body. Keldon Johnson, I truly believe he's going to be an all-star next year. Or an all-star in the future. Maybe next year's a little bit too prominent. But this is a man drafted in 2019, the 29th overall pick out of Kentucky. Crazy to think that he was the 29th pick. Also, DeJounte Murray was also a late 20 pick. And this is a guy who, next year, I think in his fourth season, he's going to be a 20-point scorer. This year, he's a 47% from the field, 40% three-point shooter. This guy's now a 38% three-point shooter. I mean, he doubled his three-point attempts this year. He's a two-way menace. He's a guy who's an absolute beast on the boards. He's an undersized 4. He can play the small forward position. Arguably, you can, depending on the lineup or the scheme you're running, he's fine at running both. But do you guys agree with me? Keldon Johnson, because I do imagine the future being DeJounte Murray, Joshua Primo in the backcourt, Devin Vassell at small forward, Keldon Johnson at power forward, and Jakob Poeltl at the center position. And that's where I think obviously one of these guys got to take off, and I truly believe if everyone does develop the way that we expect them, this is going to be a very good team. And I thoroughly enjoy watching Keldon Johnson. I think he's a phenomenal player, marvelous, and embodies everything the Spurs do, which is fundamentally sound basketball. Limit your mistakes. This is a guy who barely averages over 1 turnover a game, and for his career, he's a guy who only averages about a turnover a game. So I personally think he is phenomenal. He's just somebody fun to watch. And I just love the two-way ability of him. The fact that he's 6'6", but plays like he's 6'9", okay? And something that people also don't talk about is he's became a better playmaker. And that's what I think they're building here in San Antonio. Super two-way team, Devin Vassell, Joshua Primo, DeJounte Murray, where Primo and Murray are the two ball handlers, well, with Murray being the primary, Primo being the secondary, Devin Vassell being their 3-and-D guy, Keldon Johnson their two-way defensive everything. They're kind of their glue guy, and then either Jakob Poeltl or I guess if they go all in for somebody, I have seen in the draft Jalen Duren has been projected to be their guy, but hey, what do I know, guys? What do I know? But yeah, I think it's all been fun. It's definitely been interesting. And that's where I want to hear where you guys are on all of this. That's basically my thoughts. I hope you guys agree with me on this. I think the San Antonio Spurs, Doug McDermott's still here, but what do we think of Doug McDermott as a whole, guys? Like and subscribe, by the way. I guess we should say this more often. But Doug McDermott, I know he was expected to sit out the rest of the season. It was announced earlier last month in March. And he's a guy, are we going to agree that this year was a disappointment? He played in 51 games after a 3-year stretch in Indiana where he was a 40% three-point shooter. His career 41% three-point shooter. He shot 43% from 3, attempted a career high attempts from 3, and he averaged 11.3 points, which is the second most of his career. And when you look at this, I just feel like Doug McDermott was a little bit of a disappointment. I thought he was going to give him more of a kick, but he didn't. He didn't. And don't get me wrong, I like Doug McDermott, but for the money, I don't know if it was worth it. Either way, that's the video, guys.